Alright, YouTube, I've decided to upload this story just because it's, I guess, kind of worth telling. But maybe about 3 months ago, I was walking down a road. It was really dark. I was leaving my friend's house, kind of heading home. The only light out really was the moon. It was full. It was a quiet night, I was kind of lost in my thoughts, and I'm walking along, and I hear this crackling behind me. It sounds like footsteps, and I turn around, but I don't see anything, and I kind of faintly hear what sounds like a panting, maybe. But, I don't pay it much mind. I kind of turn back around, and that's the funny part. I almost walk right into a spider web with this huge spider, and it freaked me out. And I jumped, and as I jumped, I looked back, and off in the distance, I could see these headlights heading towards me, but I thought whatever, and I just turned and I kept walking. And as I kept walking, I heard the crackling again, and I went to look, but before I could turn around, I was tackled by what I thought was a large dog, and I jumped up and kind of pushed back as fast as I could. I didn't want to be pinned down and maimed or catch rabies. And I pushed it off, and I wrestled the thing a little. And as I threw it back, fortunately, the headlights were coming up, and they got closer, and it kind of scared the thing off. It just ran off, and I kind of breathed a sigh of relief. And the guy stopped his car, and he said, "Hey, are you okay?" And I saw the big coyote, or whatever it might have been, dog, kind of get you. And as he said that, I noticed my neck was bleeding, and he mentioned it literally right as I was noticing it myself. And it felt like a scratch. And I told him that I didn't think it was that big of a deal. He gave me a ride home. Really nice guy. And I went to bed after I cleaned off my neck and changed and everything. I woke up the next morning, and it was really weird because I literally woke up feeling like Superman. My senses were just on overload. Felt like I could hear better, see better. Like my mind was just clear. I felt really just improved. It was the weirdest thing. And I even noticed that the scratch on my neck had healed. And I figured, well, it couldn't have been that bad of a scratch, and went on with my day. About a month went by, and there was another full moon, and I was doing my normal thing, was on YouTube watching videos, and I noticed I started to feel really woozy, and everything went white, and I just was out. I woke up the next day, wasn't sure where I was, actually didn't even know where I was. I kind of was discombobulated. I kind of pulled myself back together, realized I was in my garage. I was naked, which, I know this is a weird story, but just hear me out, okay? And I had the worst cotton mouth you would not believe. Literally, I felt like I'd been licking hot ass, and I ran, got water, and I was a little freaked out because I didn't remember anything really from the night before, nothing. Then I, oddly enough, started remembering the story of, werewolves. So I kind of freaked out a little bit, and I'm not going to lie, I built a cage because I figured if anything, just for my peace of mind, I would contain myself in the next full moon, have a camera on me, and see what happens. Well, it comes around, and I put myself into the cage, lock myself in, and I have water, computer, camera, everything set up, and moon rises, and same thing happens. Start to feel woozy, everything goes white, and I'm out like a light. The next morning I wake up, and I'm excited. I want to know what had happened. I had no memory again of the night before. I run to my computer and turn the video on as I'm pounding water, because like I said, I was waking up with the worst cotton mouth. And what I saw really freaked me out, because I saw this beast kind of I saw myself becoming this monster, what I mean? That look of unbridled just rage, and it really freaked me out because they were my eyes, but I didn't have any memory or recognition of it, or I couldn't recall. It was just I find like it really hard to kind of even put it into words. It was so surreal. And this beast, me, started to thrash about in the cage. Realized it couldn't get out, and I laid down and I licked my balls for probably about 10 hours straight. And I realized then that I need to make sure that I can figure out a way to make every night a full moon. Thanks for listening.